Develop these traits. Empaths who were not emotionally protected as children often grow up with an unusual depth of awareness. But that awareness came at a cost. As children, they didn't have the luxury of feeling safe inside their own emotions. Instead of being comforted, guided, or emotionally defended, they were often left to figure it out alone. They learned very early that emotions were not something to be expressed freely, but something to be managed carefully. This doesn't create weakness, it creates hyper-perception. These children become emotional weather stations, constantly scanning the environment for shifts in mood, tension, or danger. Their empathy isn't just compassion, it's survival intelligence. They didn't develop sensitivity because they wanted to. They developed it because they had to. One of the most common traits these empaths develop is emotional hypervigilance. They can sense when someone is upset before a word is spoken. They notice changes in tone, posture, silence, and energy that others completely miss. As children, this skill kept them safe. If a parent was overwhelmed, unpredictable, emotionally absent, or volatile, the empath child learned to read the room to avoid conflict or emotional abandonment. The problem is that this skill doesn't turn off in adulthood. These empaths often feel tense in calm situations, waiting for the emotional drop they've been conditioned to expect. Peace feels unfamiliar, and stability can even feel boring or suspicious, because chaos was the environment where their awareness made sense. Another trait that forms is chronic self-blame. Empaths who weren't emotionally protected often believe, on a subconscious level, that other people's emotions are their responsibility. When something goes wrong, they automatically look inward. What did I do? What did I miss? How could I have handled that better? As children, they may have been blamed for adult emotions or ignored when they needed reassurance. Over time, they internalize the idea that harmony depends on them. This makes them incredibly considerate partners, friends, and caregivers, but it also makes them vulnerable to manipulation, guilt, and emotional exhaustion. They apologize too quickly, over-explain their intentions, and feel uncomfortable taking up emotional space. These empaths also tend to develop a deep fear of being too much. They were often emotionally intense children, curious, sensitive, expressive, but without protection, that intensity may have been dismissed, minimized, or criticized. So they learn to shrink. They learn to soften their voice, suppress their needs, and edit their feelings to make others comfortable. As adults, they struggle to ask for help without guilt.